Hi, I'm Jane King, and this is New to the Street in person back here at the NASDAQ market site in New York City. This show is all about public, private, and blockchain companies, how the CEOs, the founders, and the innovators bringing you lots of opportunities to consider. Here we go. Acurx Pharmaceuticals is a publicly held clinical stage biopharmaceutical company developing a new class of antibiotics for infections caused by bacteria that are listed as priority pathogens by the World Health Organization, the CDC, and others, FDA as well. So the CEO, David Luci, is here with me to explain. Now, tell me about your lead antibiotic candidate, because I know it's going to be doing phase 3 clinical trials soon, right?
Yes.
Okay, so talk to me about that candidate and what you expect out of those trials.
Thank you, Jane. It's a really exciting time. We just announced our top-line data on ibezapolstat, our lead antibiotic to treat C. difficile infection. And that data is clinically comparable to the standard of care, vancomycin, and we're going on to phase 3. We'll be meeting with the FDA in the first quarter. The data was phenomenal for ibezapolstat in phase 2. Altogether, the 2A component, 2B component, we were 25 out of 26 cures, 96.15%. In the phase 2B, Oral Vanc did better than it usually does. It got 14 out of 14 patients, but looked at within the context of their 37 years of data, 2,000 patients that we have evaluated, they have an average cure rate of 85.5%. So with that in mind, and with Merck's fidaxomicin at 88%, both of which have a lot of reinfections, and we have none, we're really excited to be moving on. We have a robust package to move to phase 3.
Yeah, I always remember the first time we talked about this, you talked about how there hasn't been anything to treat the C. diff in decades, and it just seems like it's kind of been just sitting there as a problem, and nobody's really done anything about it until you came along.
Yeah, it's true, and you know, a lot of big companies fell by the wayside. Recently, Pfizer had a vaccine for frontline therapy. They projected it to be a $1.05 billion opportunity. We agree with those numbers for frontline for C. diff, and they failed phase 3. Sanofi failed phase 3. Finch went by the wayside. Summit Therapeutics failed phase 3. So we literally are the next antibiotic up to bat with the FDA. There's no one closer to FDA approval than us in the C. diff space, and we're going into phase 3. And not only are we going into phase 3 with the FDA, we're going to leverage all of the time and money and effort, the preclinical and clinical package, and after we meet the FDA, we're going to leverage that data and we're going to go to the European Medicines Agency.
Okay, interesting. Now, Acurx is a NASDAQ company, but it is a microcap stock. How do you pay for those expensive phase 3 trials?
Well, what we're going to do is have an imbalanced approach to the 2 phase 3s that will be required. We'll do a smaller study first, possibly 2-to-1 randomized, so that for every 2 patients on our ibezapolstat, there'll be 1 patient on vancomycin. Vancomycin will be the control arm, but it will be a smaller study so that we can pay for it more easily. So we think that we have a strategy that we will unveil in the coming weeks that people will see that it will be the most non-dilutive way to fund phase 3 of all the ways that I've done in my 25 years doing this.
Now, how big could this C. diff treatment be?
Well, if the data continues with the characteristics we've seen so far in phase 3, we agree with the Pfizer CFO, who's in Fierce Biotech, and identified it as over $1 billion product.
Okay. Well, David, please keep us up to date on this, because I know you're entering this crucial phase for the treatment, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thanks so much. We have a lot of data coming out in the next 90 days, and stay tuned. I hope to give you an update.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Jane.
CleanVision is a public company that operates and intends to acquire and operate a portfolio of synergistic companies in the sustainable, clean technology and green energy sectors. And with me is CEO Dan Bates. So give us an update. It's feel like it's been a while since I've talked to you.
It has.
What's been the latest?
Thanks for having me, Jane.
Yeah,
there's a lot going on. We've recently filed an S1 for our uplisting. We'll be part of the NASDAQ family soon.
Awesome.
We're looking forward to that.
Okay.
Things are going very well through the SEC. I think that process is going to be completed very shortly. And then it's a question of timing. When do we want to go up? With the holidays approaching, we'll see what happens there. But very excited to have that underway.
Yeah, no, that'll be really exciting. A big game changer for the company.
Absolutely.
Now, and then West Virginia development. What's going on there?
Right. So as you know, we announced a couple of months ago a project that we're doing in West Virginia to install a 100-ton per day pyrolysis processing facility, turning waste plastic into clean fuel. I was out there recently with the folks at the EDA, the Economic Development Authority. We're moving forward with that. We've got a press release that just came out today where we announced our relationship with CDI, an EPC that is going to be doing the site development. We're working with Environmental Resource Management on all the permitting. So things are moving really quickly there. We hope to be able to break ground probably by the end of the year, if not early beginning of next year, and have something operational in West Virginia by the end of 2024.
Now, it will be a plant, a facility of some sort? What will happen there?
So what we're going to be doing is we're going to take plastic feedstock. We're going to start with post-industrial, so it's clean, it's reliable, and we've got a great source for that. That's going to ensure that we have the input to the facility, right? Can't make stuff if we can't get the process in. So we have a long-term feedstock agreement with McValley LLC. They'll be providing us with 100 tons per day of post-industrial plastic feedstock. From there, we process it through a technology called pyrolysis, which breaks down the plastic into its component hydrocarbon chains, right? Under heat and pressure in the absence of oxygen. So there's no burning, there's no emissions. It's a clean, environmentally friendly process. From there, we produce a plastic pyrolysis oil that will be used for plastic circularity. So we will sell that to a multinational oil company. We've got a couple of conversations going on that we'll be announcing hopefully very soon. So they will take that and then they'll sell that to Procter & Gamble, to Unilever, to Coca-Cola, so that they can make their new plastic products out of recycled material, closing the loop on circularity.
Okay,
That's
interesting.
really where we're headed.
Okay, Dan, I look forward to the updates next time you come in.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Pleasure being here.
AppTech Payments is an innovative fintech company whose mission is to deliver a better way for businesses to provide customers with a way to pay. With me is the CEO, Luke D'Angelo. So great to have you back here with us. And let's talk about the market conditions a little bit. It feels a little rocky. Interest rates, of course, playing a big role in this. How is that affecting your growth?
It's a great question. Yes, market conditions are definitely challenging right now for a lot of people, with high gas prices, interest rates, loans, all that stuff. It's affecting people's bottom line, and it's really affecting the small businesses out there as well. So what we are really focused on is helping our customers that we are working on building, their seamless payment programs to actually expedite payments and expedite things on a much quicker basis rather than it getting stalled in bureaucratic paperwork, et cetera.
What are you looking forward to for the rest of this year and early next?
So again, with us closing Finzio, what we're looking forward to is rolling out all these products, right? It's very exciting that we're going to be able to do that because our development is done. And for the fourth quarter and for all of next year, it leaves three things: board business, integrate business, and execute business. No more R&D, no more development. We will be still keeping a close eye to some certain technology acquisitions to improve market share and enhance certain areas. Those are some great things. But for us, the big accomplishment is no more R&D, no more development, no more cement contractors. It's adding to the beauty of our house and the support capabilities which comes with that: PCI compliance, customer service. We have all that, and so now we can fast track the development of not only our existing clients but a lot of clients who've been waiting in the wings for us to get this done, which we've been working hard for several months. So with the bullet point is we are looking forward to closing our Finzio acquisition here very shortly, and then the fourth quarter and all next year, board, execute, and integrate.
Okay. Well, I look forward to our next interview. You can bring us up to date on where you're at, Luke.
Thank you so much, and
Thanks.
we wish you a great day, and always a pleasure talking with you folks.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Lameness issues, joint pain, and osteoarthritis can be difficult to treat and debilitating for an animal's health and well-being. Take control of lameness issues and joint pain. Introducing Spring with OsteoCushion technology. With just one injection, Spring with OsteoCushion technology targets the root cause of lameness issues, joint pain, and osteoarthritis, helping animals do what they do best.
ProStar is a world leader in precision mapping solutions and is creating a digital world by leveraging the most modern GPS, cloud, and mobile technologies. And with me is the CEO, Paige Tucker. Welcome. Great to have you here. So just give us an update on what's going on. It's been a few months since we've talked.
So again, our focus is based on expanding our client base, acquiring more clients, working with other distribution channels, and basically just broadening the brand name Point Man through other regions of the world.
Yeah, and explain Point Man really quick before we wrap up.
So Point Man is a software. It's a mobile and cloud application that we sell based on a SaaS revenue model that is specifically designed to capture, record, and display the precise location of buried utilities and pipelines down to the centimeter. Works anywhere in the world, works on standard mobile devices, including a smartphone or a tablet, and identifying where utilities and pipelines are buried in the world is a major problem, and we've designed a software solution that has proven to address that issue.
Yeah, and this would be a way people can save money. There's less time involved in looking for these things. Your software makes the whole process more efficient.
Basically what we're doing is we're taking the construction industry and transforming them into the digital era. And going digital has proven in every industry to create tremendous amount of efficiencies, cost savings, and in this case, we're addressing a serious problem, which is public safety and also environmental concerns.
Yeah, and there's a lot of infrastructure issues globally, so good time to be in this space. So
absolutely, yeah, it's an exciting time for us.
Paige, thank you so much. Congratulations on the capital raise, and look forward to the next update.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thanks. Hello and welcome to the Business of Blockchain. I'm Jane King at the NASDAQ market site. Today we're diving into micro lending, a new type of lending platform powered by blockchain technology. It's giving the working poor chances to succeed they never dreamed possible before. What lessons can we learn from this experience? This special report highlighting a blockchain use case is sponsored by Verde Ventures. We'll dive into this discussion with our panel, but first consider these stories from Kenya and customers of a company called Gia. Francis, a spice vendor, had plenty of customers but could only afford to buy stock in small quantities. He struggled to make a profit. But since he obtained a loan from Gia, Francis now buys spices in bulk and serves more customers. He also told us he's purchased land for the first time, where he now plans to build his home. Inventory financing from Gia also helped a medical clinic purchase medicines for its patients and made it possible for a school to secure textbooks and pay teachers. Gia is able to provide these borrowers and many others like them access to credit because of the blockchain's ability to establish their credit worthiness. And here to unpack this lending model and discuss its broader implications are Gia co-founder and CEO Zach Marks, Verde Ventures general partner Alex Witt, and Human Finance Head of Business and Operations, Jau Toure. So Jau, you work at Human Finance. It's a decentralized finance protocol facilitating this type of lending. In fact, Gia uses the infrastructure. Do you think that the Gia business model can gain adoption here in the U.S.?
Absolutely, I believe so. Small businesses really are the engine of the global economy and also the U.S. economy. I believe that the blockchain will probably transform global capital markets generally. They provide transparency and trust. They provide efficiency to move capital, and they also provide a layer of equity that all societies need.
Now, we know microlending works clearly. We've talked about that. What about large loans? Is that an underserved market that we could see some solutions to, Zach?
For sure. I mean, in the markets where we serve, Francis, like Kenya, it's not just micro businesses like one guy with a spice shop, but we even find quite significantly larger enterprises that we've been serving. So we don't just do loans of $500, we've done some loans of $50,000 because there's a real need for that.
Yeah. Alex, what would your message be to U.S. lawmakers about the importance of this innovation?
Yeah. Our vision is that anyone with a mobile phone should have access to financial tools equivalent to a bank account. And we want to shift the dialogue away from centralized frauds like FTX and towards the positive use cases that enable financial access, such as microlending.
Now, Zach, Francis, your customer from Kenya, we talked about earlier, had something he wanted to tell our viewers. So let's have a listen.
It is my wish and my prayer that people will get the information, people they'll get to know how Gia can lift you up. Because if Gia has been that bridge to me, I know it can be a bridge to someone else, and I know it can be even a bridge to you.
Now, in case some viewers had trouble understanding what Francis just said, I will quote him now. It is my wish and my prayer that people will get this information and people will get to know how Gia can lift you up, because if Gia can be a bridge to me, I know it can also be a bridge to someone else and even to you.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Francis, for that wonderful quote.
It seems you've made a lot of friends along the way, Zach. Is this personal to you?
Super personal to me. I mean, even the story of Francis is quite personal. I actually met him because I was walking through his market and stumbled upon his stall, and a local restaurant owner came by to buy some spices, and Francis didn't have enough inventory to make the sale, and that's where I got to chatting with him and realized it's such a problem, right? He could have been able to buy more stock at a lower cost. We could make more margin and make this transaction. And I love seeing him grow his business, and I just learned he bought a piece of land. So Congrats, Francis.
Thank you so much, Zach, for sharing your story. Alex, Jaru as well. That is it for today's edition of the Business of Blockchain. The special report highlighting a blockchain use case was sponsored by Verde Ventures. I'm Jane King at the NASDAQ market site.
Your data is vulnerable to hackers, with email being the cause of 91% of all cyber attacks. Introducing Sekur, Swiss-hosted, data-mine-free, private and secure solutions to protect your communications. Secure Mail offers secure and private email communication. Secure Messenger offers private and secure chats. Secure VPN encrypts your internet traffic and protects your digital identity. Regain your privacy today. Visit Sekur at sekur.com.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to your Secure Privacy and Security segment. I'm Anna Berry, along with Alain Ghiai, the CEO of Sekur. All right, the weekly hack is talking Vegas. I'm sure you heard the news of the casino hack, MGM, Caesars. I've stayed at both places. Luckily, it was not when they were hacked. So the issue, Alain, I want you to talk a little bit about is the FBI is still struggling to basically find this group of casino hacking guys. It's an actual gang. They're based in the US and they still haven't been arrested. So give us an update of what's going on and why we should be weary of stuff like this.
Well, I leave the authorities to do their job, and I won't comment on that because they got quite a lot of work on their shoulders. What's important to know is that casino database is like the treasure trove. It's the holy grail because it's people that literally have money to spend, to throw away, and to gamble. That's the nature of the business. Interestingly enough, I stayed in Singapore a few years ago. It's the Sands Hotel or something. I forgot the name, but it's got that pool on the roof. And I received a few days ago an email from them. I mean, this was back in before 2019 even, and their database got hacked and my account has been compromised. So name, email address, everything. So this was before 2019. That's about almost 4 or 5 years ago. And the database stays. So even if you didn't stay there last month, Anna, you may have gone there 2 years ago or at some point. Your database is there because I didn't even go to the casino. I went to the hotel. There was a cybersecurity, there was a cloud conference there, and that's what we're exhibiting. And that's how they have my information. So casino database is extremely valuable. It's a huge target. And as we advance in this tough economic climate, that's the kind of database people want to get. Then they're going to resell it in the dark web and make money from it or hack you and find what kind of credit card and banking info you have. So it's pretty scary. We know that all these enterprises use the same infrastructure, the same email providers. And that's why we actually announced that we launched a brand new system for executives called Secure Relay, which essentially lets, let's say, MGM use their domain hosted with one of their providers, but the management and the C-level executives can host with us, maintaining the same domain. So we split the domain into two. We're the only ones able to do that. And then they have the advantage of that secure send, secure feature, and all that executives and managers would use for important communication. That's one way we can reduce crime and cyber hacking. So we're excited about that. Casinos are a prime target for this because they deal with obviously huge financial transactions.
Yes, and sometimes you feel helpless because you go to a casino when I went and you have to download these apps in order to get a coffee or room service or go to the pool. And so much of your information is out there already. And sometimes we don't really know what we can do at that big level, the corporate level, but what can we do at the consumer level between our own information at home on our computers? And that's also, you provide that service of the secure send and reply throughout your email services. So talk a little bit about that, because that's something we can adopt right now today on our own.
Yeah, that's a great example. You're going to go to a casino or a hotel, and if you're going to give any kind of information, sometime, I don't know, they need a copy of your passport or something, I would use the secure email with secure send, secure reply, which essentially lets you transact with anybody outside of Secure, and the whole communication happens only in our servers in Switzerland. So the other person doesn't need to have Secure. They can just click on a link, they get in, they read your email, and they use Secure Reply. You can also attach a ton of attachments. That's one way. You should have several email, a general email that is, throwable emails, we call it. We even offer that for consumer. We offer, I think, 2 aliases. So 2 throwable emails that you can use at any time and then delete it and recreate another email. That's free with your account. So I would use that. I would recommend doing that. And then you have your main email, which is for more private communication, your medical info, your real estate. Maybe you're going to refinance your home or do anything or travel. And when they need your social security number and whatever, that's what I would use for Secure.
And one more step for privacy is the VPN. Talk about your recent launch of this VPN and then how people can start to adopt these services into their everyday lives.
Yeah, the VPN is great. The VPN essentially puts you in a stealth mode. You're essentially in Switzerland. I should mention that we never require your phone number when you download our application. We even have a secure messenger, and basically it doesn't require you to put your phone number. So that's huge. And not having a phone number out there, letting everybody know what you're using, having the VPN making you look like you're in Switzerland, because in Swiss law, the IP address is your private property, and it's illegal for us to even sell it or whatever. So we don't data mine you. So get the VPN and get the email combo. It's affordable, and we do offer a promo code as well with a 15% discount, and it's privacy. The promo code is privacy.
There you go. Well, privacy has arrived with Secure. Great speaking with you, Alain, and we'll see you next week for another topic of the Weekly Hack. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, everyone, and be very careful, especially these days.
Absolutely.